Hello everybody, hope you're having another blessed day. For today's video, we got inspiration from the last Team Samurai X1 video. He talked about in his video what he think would happen if there was no forbidden or limited list. And yeah, he's 100% right. It would be Exodia and FTKs galore. And for today's video, we are going to be giving you guys your first little spin of what an Exodia deck will probably look like if there was no forbidden and limited list. AKA, you're going to win going first, alright? So to show our deck profile, let's start off with one. We're going to have the Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. This is a very good engine that can always be searched out using the Toon Table of Contents to shorten the deck, and then tribute it off using basically the trade for 2 cards. We have the big boy Exodia forehead. We have the Spellbook of Prophecies for that whole little small engine over 3 cards. We got Secrets and we got Knowledge, okay? And this is going to be our only normal summon in the deck. Then we got the 4 pieces of Exodia. Then we got Free Into the Void, because once it's a draw 1. That's pretty good. Dark World of Dealings is probably my least favorite card in this deck, because I have to basically draw a card, discard a card to -1 every time. But you know, sometimes it can come in clutch, but most of the time I actually get rid of this card if it's a Graceful Charity or Painful Choice. Then we have 3 Graceful Charities. I usually only use 1 to 2 of these per game. A lot of times I actually discard it off of, if I draw a Graceful Charity off of Graceful Charity, I usually discard that said Graceful Charity. Then we have 3 Magical Mallets to unbrick your hands, because you do run into problems. Say you have a Dark World Dealings, a Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, and a couple pieces of Exodia, and you don't really have a good draw pile. It's really good to just use Magical Mallet to wipe your hand out and try to get some better cards, okay? But, you know, you could say 1 to -1. That is kind of true, but it just comes in clutch when you need it. And for the 3 of them, I usually send 1 or 2 of those to the grave by, again, Graceful Charity or Painful Choice. Then we have 3 1 day apiece, because 1 is just a +1. Why not? One problem is that your opponent also gets to draw a card, so you know, they may get a hand trap on you. But let's say they don't. Then we have 3 Painful Choice, just use to mill the deck. And anytime I activate 1, I always do send the other 2 as cost, because I never want to activate more than 1 of these per turn. Alright? And trust me, this game's only going to go to 1 turn, guaranteed. Then we have 3 Pot of Greed, the meme card, because it just says draw 2. Why did he print this? I do not know. 3 Toon Table of Contents to kind of wrap up the whole Blue Eyes Toon Dragon engine. 3 Upstart Goblin, because it is a draw 1. 1 Chicken Game, because lets you just draw 1 by cost of 1,000 life points. And it is kind of a little engine, I do have Terraform it in there. 1 Pawn Duality, because I only activate 1 once per turn, and it lets me look at the top 3 cards in my deck, and I get to keep 1. So that's pretty good. But I can't special summon. Well, guess what? We don't special summon if there's no forbidden list. Then we have 1 Spellbook of Knowledge and Secrets. That just wraps up the whole Spellboy engine. 1 Terraforming for the Chicken Game, and then 1 Trade-In for the Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. Now, I also include a side deck. I believe this is kind of what a side deck would look like if there was no forbidden limited list. And basically, it's going to be all hand traps, okay? Because the 2 best decks guaranteed to be out there would be decks that either hit you with Exodia in 1 turn, or FTK you in 1 turn. It's all going to be 1 card combos, 1 card Exodia, something stupid like that, that's going to have your opponent win in 1 turn, alright? So the best way to counter that is with hand traps, because how you can activate, you can use these cards going second, alright? So you're going to have 3 Ash Blossom, because you hit those cards, such as like Toon Table of Contents, lets you add cards to the hand. I believe it also lets you hit, Pawn Duality, no card can get hit by Ash Blossom. So it can hit a couple cards in here, which is really nice. But the best card is definitely Drow and Lock Bird, which would be the best card in this meta, if it was this kind of a meta. Because basically you activate after your opponent draws a card, and they can't basically draw any cards for the rest of the turn. Yeah, Yugioh dies. Alright, so there's that combo. Then we have 3 Hanawatas. That's just for if you go up against, well, a FTK deck. I do say Exodia 1 will probably be the best, but then FTKs will also be up there, because any deck that basically beats your opponent 1 turn before they even get a chance to basically interact with you is broken. So this card will just stop that. Then for the whole combo decks, kind of with the Hanawata, it'd be Nimperu, because for FTKs, a lot of them still use kind of like the whole Needle Fiber and stuff like that, Link Ross, to get into the FTK. So this is a card that can just shut down that completely, and just give you a little body that you don't even need. And then Infinite Permanence, again, this kind of hit the FTKs. So that is the deck and the side deck. You saw no extra deck, because I don't think you need an extra deck for Exodia at all. You could say you can pay Pot of Extravagance, but that card is not good in Exodia decks, because basically when you activate it, you can't activate cards that really draw cards for the rest of the turn. So that is very, very bad, and there's no point in saving that card for like your last 6 cards in your deck, because, you know, you probably could have used something better instead. Alright, so that is the deck profile. Now let's get into some replays and show you how this deck works out. So here is the base hand. Okay, we have Graceful Charity, Upstart Goblin. We have Spellbook, Magician of Prophecy, Toon Table of Contents, and Into the Void. Now, here's some advice if you actually mess with on this deck. You need to prioritize which kind of draw cards you activate first. You're always going to activate either Spellbook, Magician of Prophecy, or Toon Table of Contents, or Terraforming if you draw them. Alright? Mainly because if you activate Graceful Charity, what happens if you do draw into, let's say, another Toon Table of Contents, or a Spellbook of Secrets, or let's say Chicken Game. If that happens, you kind of take away the whole point of having this card help you mill for your deck. Same thing as Spellbook, Magician of Prophecy. I will be summoning this card, and when I summon this card, it's going to add Spellbook Secrets, but then when I activate that, adds the knowledge, and I kind of get rid of that whole engine. It's done and dusted. Don't have to think about it again. Same with Toon Table of Contents. I'll activate all three to eventually get into Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. Just by doing that by itself, I get rid of 3 cards in my deck. Alright, so that's very, very good. Because they say I'm going to be drawing a lot of better draw cards like Pot of Greed and Upstart Goblin. Alright, so that's just kind of some advice to you guys. But with that in mind, let's get into the deck. So yep, I do start with Toon Table of Contents, which goes into Table of Contents, which then goes into Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. Alright. Then from here, I do go into Spellbook Magician to get Secrets. Secrets then gets me Knowledge. And then Knowledge to Spell Boy gets me into True more cards. I drew Pot of Greed, so it's out of Pot of Greed, draw 2. See, and this is what I was talking about. I did draw in the Chicken Game, so now Terraforming is a useless card. Alright. So I do draw the Upstart into Painful Choice. I do activate Painful Choice. And I do send Terraform, you saw. And how I'm doing it for this deck, I'm not playing against anybody, so they can't pick my card. So they probably would have picked either Painful Choice or Magical Mallet or something like that. But how I do with the whole combo of this thing, I just roll a dice, 1 through 5. And basically the top card on top, which is a Terraform, would be 1. The card on the bottom is Magical Mallet, which would be 5. If it's 6, it's a redraw. Alright. So let's see what I get. And I got a 1. Of course. So this kind of shows why sometimes you always want to prioritize cards. Because then you get in situations like this, I cannot use my Terraforming. Thankfully, I have Graceful Charity, so it's just going to be a discard card. Alright, so let's send the rest of these cards to the grave. Let's go into the void, draw 1. And you see here, this is not, is it okay hand? But you know, we wish we had something better. So let's pay 1,000, 1 day piece. Yeah, this hand here is not the greatest, alright? I don't like it. So one, this is a neg 1. Terraform is useless right now. I don't have trade in yet, and I have 2 Graceful Charities, which means I still have to discard 2 cards. So I do Dark Wars of Duelins, I do send the Terraform, and now I'm just stuck with 2 Graceful Charities, a Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, and 3 Page Exodia. So I activate Graceful Charity, and I do draw into Upstart, a piece of Exodia, and Pot of Greed. Now, I'm doing something different that I wouldn't usually do, but I'm actually going to discard my Edo Graceful Charity, and I see my Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. I'm just going to show you how you don't really need that cards. So, Pot of Greed gets me into basically 3 cards to draw, so let's draw 1. Boom, look, I got Exodia already. Yeah, that was pretty quick. So what? Let me show you this whole thing again. So let's reset everything. Let's speed this up and fast forward, because it's taking way too long. Alright, so there we go. Oh, there we go. So I opened up Painful Choice, Pot of Greed, 2 Graceful Charities again, and Left Arm. I hate how I keep getting Graceful Charity, even though it is a very good card. So Painful Choice, I'm just going to send, let's see, what 5 cards am I sending? Yeah, I send in a Dark World of Dealings, a Terraforming, 2 more Painful Choices, and a Magical Mallet. So let's see, what card am I getting? Oh, I like that Terraforming, but you know, I may not get it. So I got a 6, got to re-roll it, and then I got a 5, which is going to give it that Magical Mallet. Unfortunately, but you know, we'll work with it. So I'm here, we're going to Pot of Greed on 2. And then look, I did draw a Toon Table of Contents, so I need to prioritize using that first. So Toon Table of Contents into Contents, Contents into Contents, Contents into my little blue dragon. Yes, very repetitive, but you know, we're beating this thing efficiently. So with 1 day piece, draw 1. This is when I activate Graceful Charity, draw 2. Alright, and this point also, I believe I do discard, I think, a Magical Mallet and a Graceful Charity, because I don't think I really need those cards. Just double checking here, yeah. You see, I don't really like Graceful Charity, because it's basically a +0. You draw 3, but you at the cost of 1 card and 2 cards in your hands, alright? So whatever. So from here, this is my open hand right now. So I will use those Spellbook of Secrets to get into Blue Boy, normal some Blue Boy to search Knowledge, and then Knowledge draw 2 cards. Basically a 1 card Pot of Greed. So very nice. From here, you know, I got Upstart Goblin and Enter the Void. After a Chicken Game to draw 1. 1 day piece, draw 1. Trade in with Blue Eyes finally. Draw 2 more cards. And look at that. I got Exodia again. So yeah, that is kind of the whole combo with this thing. It's not even a combo, it's just that I will draw every freaking card in my deck. In some replays I have this card, I got down to like 2 cards. Yeah. It's very efficient. You saw I didn't really run into much trouble with this deck, but you can definitely see it's definitely hand trap accessible to getting hit. Like Drone Lockbird would just murder this deck in the meta, alright? So Drone Lockbird honestly could maybe even see like main deck applications. That maybe something I actually would have to do if this actually was a deck I had to play. But yeah, that's going to do it for the video, and I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please show me by leaving a like on the video, or subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, because that just helps you support me, and helps me make more videos for you to enjoy. Now, like the end of every single one of my videos, I hope the rest of the week is blessed, and I will see you all again in my next video. And with that, I'm out.